Hello, everybody. This is Hesham, Chairman of IEEE Site Egypt, and I'm welcoming all participants and all speakers in this meeting. Actually, we are opening the hackathon officially right now. The participants started the hackathon last night at midnight of 25th of April. But now we are opening the hackathon by some talks from IEEE leaders, coming from IEEE Region 8, which covers, I hope the voice is clear, which covers Middle East, Africa, and Europe. So let's get started by an intro about site. Okay. Let's get started by the abbreviation of SITE. SITE abbreviation is a special interest group on humanitarian activity, on humanitarian technology, sorry. So what is SITE? It's an initiative that focuses on creating opportunities for members to devote time and talents to humanitarian work consistent with IEEE Constitution to bring the benefits of technology to the entire world. So what is the values of SITE? SITE focuses on sustainable solutions that make a long-term difference in the lives of people. SITE operates through local volunteers and partners working with local communities. So the main objective of SITE projects is to work with local communities. For SITE, success is only achieved through partnerships, starting with the community and extending to government organizations, NGOs, schools, hospitals, companies, and others. For SITE and its volunteers to be both effective and sustainable, continuous training and education is essential. And this is what we all do here in SITE Egypt. So let's get close to key elements of SITE groups, especially inside Egypt. So the first key element is SITE project. We have to do a project every year. So the project, our project in 2019, last year, the project was divided into two phases. It was called Entamnawar. It was considered as a humanitarian project sponsored by Humanitarian Activity Committee, and it was divided into two phases. The first, installing two solar cells systems to provide lights to more than 20 families and two mosques in two different islands without electricity. Okay, and these 20 families have more than 50 children who are in primary schools and preparatory schools. So without electricity, they cannot even go to school or do their homework or even to do their life routine or daily life routines. And the second phase, installing a centralized solar cell system to provide all needed power for the computer lab, which was unused for more than 3 years because of electricity shortage. And here are some pictures of IEEE SITE Egypt volunteers working on the project. The second key is humanitarian training, professional development. We here in Egypt should provide sessions about SITE and humanitarian projects provided by IEEE Global or even IEEE Region 8 and IEEE Egypt section for the students in different universities. And here is one of our meetings with student branches in Egypt. Also, the third key is capacity building. In order to implement sustainable and impactful projects in local communities, group need to be various capacities, including but not limited to building communities, partnerships, recruiting and engaging volunteers, and securing funding. And this is happen by get engaged with local communities and even outside IEEE to be partnered with us and provide the needed fund and the needed help. Let's take a glimpse of history. This is one of our running programs right now, is awareness program. Awareness program includes, but not limited to, electronics workshops, recycling workshops to the kids and to children up to 16 years old. And here is one of our ideation camp. I hope the voice is clear. And here is one of our ideation camps held in Egypt in Nile University. And you can find the student branches and Mr. John Fonzo from IEEE Site Region 8, and also HAC Humanitarian Activity Committee, and some IEEE active members here in Egypt. And the objective of that ideation camp was to gather or collect ideas and applications from the students to be proposed to the Humanitarian Activity Committee by Site Egypt to help these teams to implement their projects and applications here in Egypt. And here is one of our activity. It was in partnership with Risala charity, one of the biggest charities here in Egypt. We went to the children, and actually they were orphaned, and we went to them and introduced some energy and circuits workshops for them, and they made some prototypes, basic prototypes for electricity and energy. Okay, as time is running right now, so let's get close to quarantine hackathon for Middle East, Africa, and Europe, which is being running now, and the submissions will close on 27th of April. So let's get started with the idea. So the idea came to us, as you know, nowadays, COVID-19 and quarantine decisions, lockdowns, and stuff like these was the motivation for us to start thinking about new idea to gather applications from students and professionals for fighting COVID-19, quarantine, and lockdown crisis. Okay, so the idea came from Site Egypt and now is spreading to more than 15 countries, including some sponsors from IEEE Region 8. So since everything is going towards online channels, now to keep social distance, we thought about creating an online hackathon. The objective of the hackathon is to generate ideas and use technology to find suitable solutions so that we can help people overcome the current difficult situation. For example, to help all people get their food without leaving home, or to track their health without leaving home, and empty the hospitals for COVID-19 patients. So these are some of our challenges, and the objective was to collect smart solutions from people, even they are IEEE members or not. What kind of sectors we are focused on? First, healthcare, how to provide medical, how to provide medical uh, treatment for all people, or for the people who are trapped in their home now, right now, and they cannot go to the hospital. Um, Education, nowadays everything, all schools and most of the schools and universities are stopped and going, are moving towards online channels. So it's our so it's now um, our role to think about how to help lecturers, and how to help students to adapt the new environment, especially in the developing countries, where, especially in, I hope, especially especially in countries without infrastructure for stable internet connection. For example, here in Egypt, yes, we have some troubles in internet connection in Cairo, but outside Cairo, you cannot find a good internet connection, or even in some countries in Africa, you cannot stay online for more than 30 minutes. So how you help people to overcome this situation? Okay, business. So nowadays, every companies are affected by the quarantine decisions, and all employees are working now from home. So how you help managers to monitor their work, how to make the employees stay motivated and productive as they were in the company or the office, and how to um, help the business owners to keep their business running. For example, most of tourism, most of museums are looked right now, are closed right now. So how we will help these museums to uh, to offer such like virtual visitors on their websites, for example, and how to make some profit from this. And social life, as a result of the quarantine decisions and curfew in some countries, nowadays there is no sport, there is no outings, there is no any something to entertain people. So how you will motivate the people to practice sports and do some activities as before? And we cannot forget the environment, because the applications should be friendly to the environment, should be green energy, and should be like zero cost, and can be implemented in short time. So the platforms we are going to use or we are using right now is DevPost, where the applications are being submitted through this dev post, and Discord where the people can communicate with each other. And you can find your teammates through Discord, and you can ask mentors for help in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science, mobile application, and entrepreneurship, and business concepts. And even if you have a specific question in one of the 5 sectors we are focusing on. So we have awards like up to 3,600 United States dollars as seed fund for top 3 teams. And this seed fund is sponsored by IEEE Region 8 Student Activities Committee and the IEEE Region 8 Entrepreneurship Initiative. Also, there is a mentorship program for the top 3 teams offered by IEEE Region 8 Action for Industry. And what about judging criteria? Judging criteria are summarized in 4 points: innovation, technology, and proof of concept. Innovation, a new innovation idea. The idea should be innovative, or such improvements which include but are not limited to technology upgrade, expansion of user group, enhanced user experience, cost optimization. Technology and the proof of concept, you can use one of the 3 points to prove your concept, like presentation and or video explanation, explaining the idea and the project design, full project design, testing results, and the implementation plan. And you can use many user interface or websites to run your code and attach the project or the file of this running code to the submission on dev post. And also, if you can do or can you make a prototype and the initial demo, it will be appreciated. And all of these, the more attachments and the more proof of concepts you attach, the more scores you will take. The third one is impact, because the proposed solution should address one or more observed challenges related to the COVID-19 quarantine and the subsequent lockdown decisions. Visibility. Proposed solution can be implemented and launched in a short time, for example, from 1 to 3 months. In current lockdown context, given remote working condition and limited access to resources. And finally, we are thanking IEEE partners: Ghana, Iraq, Jordan, Nigeria, Palestine, Kuwait, Lebanon, Sudan, Tunisia, Western Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and recently Saudi Arabia section, and even some other countries like Kenya, who have recently joined us. And we also would like to thank the strategic partners with us. Jobzilla, it's a professional platform for recruiting here in Egypt, and IEEE Humanitarian Activity Committee, and IEEE Young Professionals in Egypt, and IEEE Student Activity Committee in Egypt. Thank you, and I would like to give the talk to Mr. Ahmed Hassan, Egypt section chair.